Let me take this opportunity to welcome you to Busoga Kingdom. Busoga Kingdom is peaceful. We are at peace.
That we are following now with the 5 pillars of Busoga Rwenzururu.
Fuvu wa mainoga ngoina baba Kyabazinga ninze mutabaniwo asidikifo kuzika kairende mwisemena
Asdik on the beat.
Nzire kampagiru Busoga bwana
Every chiefdom had kingdom because remember everyone was alone. So we have land for the Busoga Kingdom, every chiefdom. And that's why you hear about these traditional schools. Like we have Wanyange Girls, which is there. We have Kira College, that here.
That Mwili.
No, Kira College. In Kenya we have agricultural farm institute. Then in Uganda we have all those traditional foods. Kamuli that is where our king goes from. By the way, the king is also coming from this. So he has to. So when he's elected as a king, he believes that the palace was built in 1971. So this is the new palace. They could enter, then they don't see the door which takes them out. You know very well our tradition. Yeah, because they could enter inside, but coming out, the door locks itself. I was here because I was born here. My father, during the royal wedding, coronation now, we have to move. We move in chiefdom. Because it's a kingdom. You can't dictate that it is one.
Omutondo bwiwango bunensi mukeyo mwigachira yaya banango Busoga buleire idobo namadya geitanda ebirungi bingi yewe ife olusoze kagulu gye tuzimuka nife abasinga nife the power of Uganda wazira tusinga Busoga the power of Uganda Busoga yamani ni Busoga tuogere tuli Busoga be n'olulimi lwaife abadereka badereke Busoga be n'olulimi lwaife bana Busoga twerage tuli Busoga be n'olulimi lwaife n'abalyenda mwogere Busoga be nimwe baganda baife ni musovu wa baba Kyabazinga kulusozi genge yinda ntumera kube isigaga baba ni mwisemena wili bafosi na jope wangala kadumbula baba.
This is the official seat. It is plot number 1. Plot number 1. So there is no any other plot number 1 here in Busoga. 2. The king is pleased that you are here. However, in our culture, if the owner is not in there, you can't enter. I think that culture also is in Bunyankore. If you see, even if it's a grass-thatched hut, and you see there is a spear to the road at the door.
At the doorway.
You don't enter. So there is a spear already, because it is closed, it's not around. We just have to watch it from outside. However, he's very pleased to be with you, and he always invites visitors here. Even King Mswati was here.
Mwembe wana mwende Busoga Kyabazinga Delegates Uganda mufuyire irobozi tuso okusima kwange yayiwa mwene kuba baba otuleze era abasoga tuli kirala baba tusimye ekyongero ndeke muwane baba ni baba Kyabazinga ziramu wakalya baba waife Kyabazinga bana baleyo baba ni baba Kyabazinga gazisa Busoga baba waife Kyabazinga Busoga engoma tomoga kubanga wobawe ebirungi ogaba ekituufu obudabuda oyambye Obusoga osomesa abaana wagaba dibasare amasomero ozimbye ofubyeku okulwanyisa obwavu baba ozimbye institute abaana bali kwega ebyomutwe Busoga esimye.
Okay. Thank you.
So you're most welcome to Busoga International Polytechnic.
Yes.
Yes, we are going to take our way. So requested. Thank you. It's not the ICT, it's the staff. Yeah, it's the staff room. Then the metal fabrications, we have plate mechanism pipe fitting, then construction and buildings. Yes, actually we do have oil and gas as well. Yes, that one is for engineers. People have background in engineers.
This will be offered to diploma certificates.
We have level 2 and level 3. Yes.
You said something about UK. Did you say something about UK?
Yeah, it is UK based. Our delivery is Pearson Tech.
Yes,
Some of us students are already here. Hello.
But I'm the team, I'm the Prime Minister of Singapore. That's the kingdom in the Rwenzururu region. And we are a team of ministers trying to know what happens in other kingdoms so that we can also try to already and also take it to our kingdom. So we are excited that there is this project and the people have embraced it seriously. One day to encourage you and request you opportunity to come once. You can play with around with it now, but tomorrow you say, hey, when the time be serious. We are having a serious cadre, a serious lot, but encourage any person who is here. There could be your colleagues who are still not serious. Kindly, we thank you for accepting to come, but we also pray for you that you continue and finish your studies properly. So this is our team of ministers from Kasese, from Rwenzururu region, and from Singapore to thank you, and thank you for serving our.
So this is our Zoom to basically give them those basics. Then those that have the laptops, they can utilize the free time to continue practice. But the computer lab is free, it is open out to 10 p.m. so they can.
Library rules. Because that is the best. This is all memorized.
This is what we have. Because most of the books are e-books. Oh, so there's a catalog. Yes.
Comes to your side because you are people with the oil actually. So if you're satisfied the oil and gas, whoever has an intention of working oil and gas must have a certification. So as an institution, Busoga International, we are certified. So with me here, I have some orbital students that are also learning the skills, the hand-based skills, have learned the field, and of course, very many other standards comes to help. So,
Kuchaine kwemba mwembe wana mwende Busoga Kyabazinga
Please, let me take this opportunity to welcome you to Busoga Kingdom. Busoga Kingdom is peaceful. We are at peace. And as I told you earlier on, your coming is really historical because for 5 months we've had no rains, meaning you were holding our rains. You came for benchmarking, and I'm sure you will enjoy, and much will be spoken during the discussions as per what I've seen here in the papers. We have people here who are in attendance, who are well versed in many things. So, and there were the people who helped in designing the strategic plan for the Busoga Kingdom. What you've seen is a brainwash of these people, and our honorable speaker, who has been here for a short time of more than 70 years. So we are very grateful that we are still within this short, I think, we still need more 100 years. You are much welcome, and feel at home. Here where you are seated is next to the Baba TV radio and Baba TV. You are live. So whatever you do, the world is safe, and the singer will sing, so don't worry.
That we are following now the 5 pillars of Rwenzururu. The first pillar, if I may mention them quickly, is peace, to ensure that all our people are rallied to promote peace. The second one is unity, bringing all our people together for development, unity in diversity. The third one is reconciliation, to ensure that all our people, even in their homes, where you have differences, where you have issues, reconcile. Then the fourth one is socio-economic and cultural transformation, to ensure we rally our people behind economic transformation, social transformation, and cultural transformation. And the fifth one is mindset change, that each one of us should appreciate good things from other people. And actually, the major reason we are here, mindset change. Don't think what you do is the best. Know that there are people who are doing better than you, and appreciate what they do. If you have different thinking, if you have different opinion, and you see the other opinion is well thought out, why don't you appreciate it and take it? So, under the 5 pillars, His Majesty guided that there should be a committee responsible for strategic planning. Not all those responsible for strategic planning are necessarily ministers. We have the manager, Sadina Bank, who is not a minister. We have Engineer Smith, is not a minister, but he made a strategic planning committee that comprises of ministers and non-ministers, and put an advisor, Professor Walemba, as our advisor. So this is the strategic planning committee. Now, we are preparing our 5 years strategic development plan, 2025-26 to 2029-2030. So in the process of preparing the strategic development plan, His Majesty thought that we should first benchmark. Let's move out and see what other people do. And among the kingdoms that we selected was Busoga Kingdom. So the reason we are here, and I can assure you that we are not regretting for the choice. I think the Omusenga had known what Busoga Kingdom is, and had known that we must come here to learn from you. So our coming here is based on getting good practices from Busoga Kingdom and other areas we have gone to. Yesterday we were in Uganda Kingdom. The other day we were in the National Planning Authority, and we are happy to inform you that we were well welcomed by the Prime Minister of this kingdom. Yes. So the other day we were in Ministry of Gender, and also we reached another place called Igongo Cultural Center. So all these places we are reaching so that we appreciate what they do. We borrow a leaf and then include in our strategic development plan. I would like therefore, first of all, after bringing you greetings from His Majesty and telling you the reason we are here, to appreciate the home welcome, the warm welcome, the friendly welcome that we have received with your team. We thank you. We first of all thank His Majesty Kyabazinga for putting a very nice team that has welcomed us. And we are told that he's aware that we are here, and therefore for allowing us to be here and also visit his palace. We are thankful and grateful. We sincerely thank the Prime Minister of Busoga for the warm welcome that he gave us the other day, but also for allowing us on behalf of his cabinet to come and visit you, and for this formidable team that has welcomed us. We thank you so much. Thank you, members, honorable members, for taking us through what you do, the palace, this BIP, I understand is the Busoga International Polytechnic. Okay, for taking us through all that. We have borrowed a leaf, we have learned a lot. Yes, we shall implement what is implementable in our circumstances. But we are really very grateful. And I know at the end of our stay here, since we are going to get a presentation from you, we are going to get more which we can utilize in our strategic development plan and also in the process of implementation of this development plan. We thank the entertainment group that has done all this work to entertain us from the time we arrived and also up to here. We must thank the press, the media. The media, we are told that they are offering to ensure that what we say here is being heard by other people. And we are grateful to the people of Busoga Kingdom for being productive, for being forward-looking, and for promoting the process of unity. This is very, very important. Maybe make our observations and input. You know, when we come to learn from you, you maybe also learn from us. So we learn from each other. And we have a very strong partnership with the Busoga Kingdom. Thank you so much.
It has danger. At other age, maybe when we cannot intervene. And this is happening in many homes. You find a home which has elderly parents with many youth around them, but when they cannot even talk to them, the youth have become a problem, and now they are the owners of the homes, telling the old ones what to do. Moreover, in the negative way. So, those are some of the issues that we are handling later in education. Busoga, I'm happy. My brother is here. He has talked about Busoga University. It has been our pride. We have not been having a public university in the region, but now we are happy that Busoga University is coming back. Otherwise, we have been having other branches of universities that have been taking up some of our students who have reached that level. we have a branch of Makerere University in Jinja City here. We have Pumi University, it has several branches. We have Team University, several branches. Uganda University, several branches. Kampala University, several branches. So these ones have been able to help us at the ground, though many of our students who have attained good grades go to those other universities at national levels. In preparation for these students to attain good grades to go to those universities, we have several tries to see that they catch up with other students at national level. We acquired a printer to have examinations being done, and we have a person, an officer in charge of Busoga Examinations Board. So we also had that intervention, though our machines are not right now working, but that intervention is there, so that we can go on with our drive, so that our children can compete well in academics. We give them our forms to fill in free of charge, and those forms majorly capture data by name, grade, and start learning at a tender age. Many of them come here to ask them for their plan. Some of them have scratched or even know their plans, so that when somebody says I'm from Wembogo, yes, somebody is there not saying, yeah, then I didn't say that. We are from Wembogo, because if what we do with these ones who come up, especially those who are financially unable, because some of them are from purely UPG schools and from very far, but when they have performed well, ask them to make choices. But that is also after us preparing with other schools. Like I told you, we have over 200 secondary schools, and that was, I was only talking about government. But when we look also at private schools, they are over. So we invited these schools. We have been talking to them continuously to give us slots of learners in their schools for 4 years at UCE and then 2 years at USCE. And what we do, we sit with them and ask them, what can you offer? But also looking at what they produce, because we won't give you our first grades when you cannot even produce first grades in your school. So we got schools like Kyabazinga College, you know about them, Muiri, Jinja College, we go to Wanyange, then we continue like that. We look at those exceptionally hardworking schools which are producing results, and then we ask them, what do you want from us? Somebody will tell you, give me only 4 to 6 or 4 to 8, and only give me 5. It is what I can take. Because if I take 5 this year, 5 next year, at the end of 4 years, I will be having 20. Can I manage to look after 20? And at what cost? Because we all know what feeding goes with. So, some of these schools endure and say for us, let the children only buy uniform, provided they have good grades, and provided they are coming from those first schools where we know parents are not able. We also look at which school are you coming from. You can't come from a school which is paying 800 and come here to ask for scholarship. We say no, at least for you can afford. But also, we look at the owners of the entity. These are the Balangira, the prince and the princesses, because we have to offer them slots so that these homes at the end of the day don't go uneducated. So after considering all that, we now have our basket when the candidates have applied with their grades after the return of results, and then we start allocating them accordingly to those schools. Other schools would say we end at 15. at senior 5. Now with these new results of UCE, we are looking at the grades. Because somebody will say, I have result 1. But when he has CCCC, then the school comes up and says, no, we want to look at the 80s. 80, between 8 and 90. We need the A. So we are critically also considering that as we enroll for senior 5 and senior 6. And this has put us at a very good position to keep negotiating with these schools. And I want to tell you it has worked for us. Because every year at senior 1 we enroll about 600. Senior 5 we enroll about 200. Then some of them will come and say, for me after senior 4, I want to go for a nursing course. We say, okay, go. Some of them want to go to technical schools. We say, which ones do we have? We give them. Then for some schools, they will say, we are taking about 20. At the end of the year, we have about 80. So, can these learners who are in whom we are enrolling give us at least 300? But when you also know the school is charging around 900.
To be part of it. And we are trying to make sure that our farmers can take up these crops. And then under the food group, we are looking at maize, we are looking at potatoes, cassava as the main crops for food security and nutrition. Now we are saying that how can we work out this? Our major way to do it is first of all to have partnerships with those entities, with the government which has the human resource in abundance, because every sub-county has an external worker. And the Busoga Kingdom can't work in isolation without those people. So we are working with the government to see that its extension staff, we work with them to make sure that these people can get the services nearer. And now we are having a challenge that these people, as per, if you put farmer versus the extension work, it is big, still what? A very big challenge, which we are saying to the government, and recently we had a meeting that there is need to increase the extension personnel as per sub-county. Currently we are working with the NARO, and the NARO has signed up a memorandum with the Busoga Kingdom to see that it can help in the development and training of people in the new technologies so that they can be able to increase the production and also have the skills in the agro-processing systems. And at last be able to have market for what is being produced in Busoga. So that's where we are moving. And now we have another partner who is coming on board. It's called the Will Be. It is an international organization which is saying that we are ready to come if land is there so that we can handle the training, we can handle the demonstrations, we can handle the agro-processing, and we can handle the marketing. We are looking forward to see how we can work out with them on that we need at least 20 acres, 20,000 acres across the kingdom. So that not that they are taking, but that piece, that land should be available for them to do their practical work with the farmers. Our approach is that we are looking at making demonstration plots at the farmer level so that we are having what we call farmer schools in a number of areas so that farmers are easily able to go and access the knowledge at where they can just walk and reach, see, as you see farmers, they believe by seeing. So from there, they make sure that when they come and see, they can easily adopt. If you just tell them, they may take time to adopt. We are having one challenge, but which we are trying to see how we can beat because of the frustration of farmers of what they are growing. They are coopting to go in for sugarcane growing. It has at least destabilized the food security in the region, but now we are coming back for them to tell them that, yes, fine, but let the smallholder farmer not take going for sugarcane growing. Sugarcane growing should be done by those people who have enough money because it is even costly. And because of the small land, we have no other land to use for food production. So that one we also we are saying that we can't say that sugarcane is bad. Let it be done, but let us also increase the production of other crops which can help to promote the well-being of the farmer.
Animals here and those other animals in the bush and outside there. For them, they are not cultured. For us, we are cultured. That is the difference. You see, when you are telling it to a tired person, you tell him or her what is easy for her or him to understand. Because we agree for sure, it has been a long day. We are not at our best. We are tired, but we are strong to see and hear and work. Now, the Busoga, it is made up of the United Chiefdoms of Busoga. Those United Chiefdoms of Busoga, they are 11. We call them Amasaza. Those chiefdoms, they amalgamate, they get together, and we get what we call the Busoga and the Kyabazinga Palace. Is the Kyabazinga because this land, the Busoga land, is an island. It is surrounded by water. We are sitting on the Lake Victoria, but surrounded with the Liva, Pologoma, the Lake Choga, and others. That's why Busoga is an island. And being an island, it is being controlled by someone who takes over that island is none other than the Kyabazinga. Kyabazinga means Butyazinze Ekizinga Kyabusoga now is the king. Surrounding. That's why we are here. That is Busoga now. Is the Kyabazinga because the other 11 chiefdoms, they have many things in common. Same blood, lineage, brothers and sisters. But at one time, those chiefdoms, long time ago, were there. Each chiefdom was doing its work, responsibility and other things solely. Even if they had it in mind that we belong together, but they were doing on their own issues solely. Time came way back in 1939. These chiefdoms, under the control of the Italy chiefs there, they came together and said, now enough is enough. Let's come together and we have a united Busoga. That is our Kyabazinga, the Kyabazinga of Busoga now. That day, when they came together, we celebrate it annually, and it's called the Kyabazinga Day. It is the day when those chiefdoms agreed, came together, and formed this Busoga or Kyabazinga Palace. That day, it is the 11th of February every year. Now, when we get this Busoga or Kyabazinga, like they have said, we have organs, the arms that controls or whatever is in our Busoga. And that is the Busoga Luchika, where we have the speaker. We have the Chiefs Loyal Council, where we have that council of the other 11 chiefs that I've mentioned about. They come together. The other who gives us the king, that's the council. It is being led by the Isabalangira. But in that very line, the king is the head of that organ because he's the prince and the head prince there. Now we have the clans. This is another organ, the Busoga clan, that is being controlled by the Isaba Kunganya Webika Busoga, and is none other than myself. That's why I was telling you that from being the culture minister, I was chosen to become head of another organ in the kingdom, and that is the clans of Busoga. Now, the culture and the clans. Culture is the treasure of knowledge. When you talk about culture, you are looking at the knowledge because it defines for us situations. Culture provides solution for complicated situations. It is through culture you say, I'm forgiving you. It is through culture you say, let it be defined by the way it is. Here we are here. When it's the morning, people when they are mourning, when they are sending off someone, it is another mood. It is another environment. That is culture. But now all that culture, the treasure of knowledge, we have the clans. The clans are the custodians of our culture. It is the clans that maintains, protects for us the culture because it defines for us, it gives us identity. Now in brief, to bring it shorter, in the kingdom here, going by that, all that I've explained, we have the things that we move on with. I've talked about the Kyabazinga Day. But there are other important days in the kingdom, and that is, one of them is the coronation anniversary. It is the day when our king came into power. And that is the day we celebrate it annually. That is the coronation anniversary. So far, our king has been the king for 10 years. And all these relatives are you seeing, they have been ministers for 10 years, and they need a big. Because you are talking to the people who have been there. You are talking to the people who have not just come, even the speaker and others. Now that coronation day, all what they have brought, all what they are talking about, like ministers, the sports, promoting talent, doing other things, other areas. Every coronation, we move with a theme to a nomlam. Each year, we are promoting sports, the girl child, and it is that theme we move with throughout till another coronation. But in between that still, we have celebrated other things. Recently we had the royal wedding of His Majesty the King. A big one where also you felt good, you joined us, you were happy with us. It brought up what Busoga is in terms of marriage, how we do things, the do's and the don'ts, full of things we are there. Now, even the other 11 chiefdoms have said, they have the same structures like how it is at the kingdom, though they separate going backwards as well. They have the same thing, but also they separate the anniversaries of those chiefs when they came to being the chiefs that side. What we have got, what we look at, like we've succeeded. The Busoga is not like the other Busoga when we did not have the king. The Busoga which was there the other day, during those days when the tradition and whatever things were abolished, we've improved in many.
In English they call it what? You know what? The one up in the north, Lake Shore, is called Luita Mako. I don't know what in Rwanda we call a makolia. Makolia, the kite. So the kites would not be able to come from Busoga to go to Bukedi. They would somehow lose strength and fall in that lake. So that lake was called Rita Makolia. Then you have Chira. Chira is where the town is. There were a lot of falls. And the fall would, that is Okuyira. So when the Muzungu asked them, so what did they say? Okuyira. Then yes, another one. What is the name? Atindi Naide. Them so say that is Naide now. That's how we got the name Naide. Tindi Naide. So the Mzo said, no, that's naive. Yes. Then we have Narwa itself, that is the Lake Choka. Then we have River Korogoma, divide us from the people in Eastern Uganda. Why am I here? Why have I asked for this short time? I run this institution of the speakership. The most important responsibility of Busoga Kingdom is to endorse and swear in and indicate Kyabazinga. And I had the honor and privilege to do that to the Kyabazinga. But the prayer of that, may he so rest in eternal peace. The father of the Kyabazinga, the late William Wilberforce. I was his personal assistant when he was the Minister of Wildlife and Antiquities. So I have been here for some time, although I don't look that age because my wife looks after me very well. He's one of the districts, those big districts of Uganda. And at one time, we were responsible for a number of things in Busoga. One of them was to grow cotton. Another one was to grow coffee. Another one was to take our children to school. Because we produced the first vice president of this country after independence. Didn't we? People clap for us. And the vice president we produced is the grandfather of the Kyabazinga of Busoga. The late Sir William Wilberforce Kadumbula Nabyokagabula Owokubiri. If one of my sons grew up, I'll get in touch with you so that I send him there. He looks for a girl from there, so that I continue having an association with you. Once again, I admire you people because you are extremely hardworking. I noticed that wherever I used to come to those areas to inspect our installations in the western part of Uganda. Of course, after your headquarters, I will go to Toro. Yes, Fort Porto. But I want everybody to clap for this one. You clap, I'll tell you why you are clapping. The Bakonjo love one thing, they have food. They know how to make their food. I have never heard that Bakonjo are starving. No. Very hardworking people. Although what I'm going to say might annoy you. But they are not very tall. They are short people, but very hardworking. Very hardworking. Send our greetings to the king. And we continue coming to Busoga so that we are able to interact with you. You learn from us, and we also learn. Once again, we say, Busoga Kwisanya,
grants so that we can also have that activity. But we are also planning that if Busoga and Uganda would allow us, at the climax of these games, we could be able to be in the city and have Rwenzururu versus Uganda versus Busoga versus Rwenzururu as a way of creating strong bonds between the kingdoms. But also, because I am sure the speaker said Busoga is aware of what happened to us, we are intending also to see a way how we can also help us to mobilize resources in that activity, because really we are in need of resources which can now help the kingdom to again stand. So I request the Minister of Sports that if it so happens that maybe some of us will be coming back to consult on how to do that, so that we can also harmonize with the Uganda Kingdom, kindly I request that you allow us to do that. And we are hoping that before this year ends, we must have done that activity.
Because my friend has already given out the message which we intended to to have with the Busoga Kingdom. Greatly, you have gone very far in terms of partnering with MTN and these other parasitic bodies within this time. But I'm happy that what exactly you are doing is exactly what we are doing there. But for you are doing it in a better way. So we have learned something from it. However, you know, when you look at the history of education that ended in Rwenzururu, we trace it as far back as 1974. Because that is when the first secondary school was was built. You can see now that short period. Now when it comes to Busoga, for you, you embraced the missionaries long time ago, isn't it? Yes. And you know, with this missionary education, for you have gone an extra mile. You have Mwiri, you have so many institutions around. And so, when we try to cry out that we partner with a kingdom like Busoga, those are some of the things that we'd like to partner in. So that in case you get chance to partner with the Kampala International University, Makerere University, now we have a lot of institutions around, and we come and kneel before you that please, our children also would like to access something as a way of uniting us in terms of these social services. Then we request that you surely accept. And so when you get chance to get extra bursaries and scholarships, and please think about us so that you can also give us something little, and we push some children here. And that one is going to create a strong bond and relationship between Busoga and Rwenzururu Kingdom. Actually, that is my plight. But otherwise, thank you very much.
Industry of herb. There were quite a number when we were growing industries in ginger. I just want to learn from you as the kingdom, how you go about these industries you still have, like the kachiras, in terms of loyalties to the kingdom. Because that's one way of income generation. Maybe we could learn from you how you go about that. Thank you so much.
Chiefdoms here having prime ministers. I want to learn more. Is the head of the chiefdom that advises the king. It is chaired by the king. Do you have the equivalent of that here? Perhaps the second question is there anyone in this kingdom who gets a monthly salary?
This is the policy guidelines on family and gender relations of Busoga produced in April 2024. Thank you.
Baba Kyabazinga waife wangalo bukedeke bufe baboli maino gangwa inoli muti gwa.
I'm called Baritazale Kule Benson, the Deputy Prime Minister of Busoga Rwenzururu. I'm a retired commissioner from Ministry of Education and Sports. I'm glad that my king gave me a responsibility of being Deputy Prime Minister. A 5-year strategic development plan of Busoga Rwenzururu from 2025-26 to 2029-30. And because of this, we are making this strategic plan under the 5 pillars of peace, unity, reconciliation, socio-economic and cultural transformation, and mindset change. And under this, as we make this strategic development plan, the Busoga put in place a strategic planning committee that is supposed to draw this strategic development plan under those 5 pillars. But then the strategic development committee was guided by His Majesty that before making the plan, we must know what other people are doing outside Busoga Rwenzururu. Then we planned a benchmarking program, and which benchmarking, when we are looking at kingdoms that have lived the test of time, that are performing very well, we chose Busoga to be one of the kingdoms that we should visit. This has been a one-day visit. We had 12 members of the team, led by me, the Deputy Prime Minister, and this team is made up of ministers and other members who are not ministers but members of the Strategic Planning Committee. We have the Speaker of Busoga Rwenzururu. We also have one member who is an advisor of the Privy Council. Now we have moved around to institutions of Uganda Kingdom. We have reached the palace and we are very excited and happy. We have visited the offices, we have appreciated. We have also visited the Busoga International Polytechnic, where we have learned aspects of education. But above all, we have been briefed by members of the cabinet, led by the representative of the Prime Minister, but also the Speaker of Busoga, guiding us on what, informing us on what they are doing and guiding us on what we can do. We have got very good information on education, how to promote education in Busoga Rwenzururu like they do, mobilizing schools, providing slots for scholarships for learners who have issues, who don't have money but are passing very well, and this is some message that we are getting. The issue of promotion of sports has been key on the agenda, guiding us on how they make their Masaza cups, the tournaments for the Masaza, and this to us is a very important message that we are getting, and also getting sponsorship, those who can help, because kingdoms may not have all the money to organize some of these activities, but they have guided us on how we can get sponsorship. This is also something that we have learned. So in a way, we have learned really how to organize ourselves as a kingdom to ensure that we create partnerships, but we're also glad to mention that we are moving a very big step in partnering with kingdoms that have been there for some time, and our young kingdom should be able to learn from them. We appreciate the messages that have been given to us without reservation. We must also thank the media that normally helps us to make these messages reach the people out there. Our message to the people of Busoga is to rally behind their kingdom, is to support the kingdom, the young people, to ensure that they promote and actually preserve culture, because the old people are doing their part, but the young people should be close and practice the culture that we are talking about. In this world, if you don't have the moral aspect, if you don't have the cultural aspect, if you don't have the practical aspect and the knowledge to use them, then you can know that the future may not be as good as you would wish it to have. So we thank you. We thank everybody in Busoga for welcoming us. We have enjoyed ourselves. We have had everything that we wanted, and I think we are going a happy team. Thank you so much.
Amaina bandeta wekitibwa Munava Edward Paulo. Ganize Minister wa Gunonigule mu ofisi ya Katukiro wa Busoga Dr. Joseph Nsekere Mubawala. Olwaleero ngabiri tufunye obugeni abageni okuva mu businga bwa Rwenzururu wa Mumbere abaidi okukyala ku Busoga Kingdom, abaidi oku benchmarkinga bitya biki byetu biseemu, biki byetu tuuseeku na bizibu byetu nga tufuna boona basobola okwega kujja kutereeza kwewaibwe. tufunye delegation ekulirwa deputy katikiro wa Rwenzururu owekitiibwa Kule ng'awerekeirwako ne ba minisita n'akakiiko omumbere ke yataawo akalikola ku strategic plan ya Rwenzururu Kingdom nga tubaire nabo twabalambuza twababitiramu mu biki byetutuuseeku na bizibu kitwena byetwidde nga tufuna wabeewo engeri y'okubisanganyamu ebiduubo n'okulaakulanya kingdoms dhaife ebiri ede Rwenzururu n'eye Busoga balambuzibwaku olubiri tubaire ne ba minisita baife aba sports education permanent secretary bona nga baligezaako okubenchmarkinga biki byetutuuseeku na bizibu ki byetwidye nga tufuna era bona baatubitiramu nibyo babeere babitamu kutuuka buti so mukutwaliza walala baire lwekobaana olulungi era twataawo n'enteekateeka